talk about?
I don't know.
This week's been crazy for me. I'll tell you that. Like so this week, like I had to go do a COVID test because I had to be a site manager for something that was shooting at a friend's house that I watch on Friday. And then I had to go this morning to do another fucking COVID test so that I could do this game show that Keegan and I are on, which is coming up, which I have to tell you is hilarious. Like, so I had to go today, which is weird. Saturday, like the lot is like pretty much like
Dead.
It's like nobody's there.
I am so jealous because on the other side of the hill, they funnel all of us to Dodger.
Oh, right.
And
well, this is specifically for
is
a nightmare.
Oh, I've seen. I mean, they did say that they're processing people pretty quickly at Dodger Stadium. But if you just look at the lines, like there's helicopter pictures, it looks like 5 p.m. traffic. Like the lines are backed up. Like
that's what how long it takes. Because last time it took me 3 hours.
Jesus.
Whoa, dude!
Once you actually get up to get tested, yes, you're processed rather quickly. But it's getting to that.
It, right?
I mean, to be honest, like I would just go somewhere else and drive because that'll take you less time than sitting in the line.
I'd rather be driving actively someplace than sitting in the line. But anyway, so today I pull into the studio and the gates are closed. So I have to like drive around the studio to find a gate that's open. I finally get in. They're like, oh, park here. And then just walk down to this other building so that you can go to the parking garage you need to go to. So I'm like walking on an empty lot. Like it was like
dystopian.
It was so dystopian. I was like, this is kind of frightening. And it's just me walking by myself. Down to like a dead ass studio lot. I was like, ugh. And so today they did the nose one, but it wasn't like the brain sweep.
Yeah.
It's a nose, like they do
like,
a thing.
just put it
15
like 2
seconds.
inches.
Oh, they did it for me.
Yeah, no, they did it for me too, but like it was just like 2 inches up into your nostril.
So just enough to tickle your inside of your nose. I sneezed no less than like 8 times. Literally, like my eyes are just like watering.
The poor person who's doing it for you is probably just like, fuck. I really hope this bitch doesn't have COVID. God damn.
Right? She was actually really awesome. She was very like, oh no. She was like, it sucks. She's like, these ones do make you sneeze. And I literally was just like, I know. She was probably like, please don't have the COVID. I'm like, I did test like literally 3 days ago. So,
and don't do anything. Yeah, it's the same for me. I'm like, I haven't done anything in weeks, but yeah, we're getting tested tonight, but probably just in preparation for another stay-at-home order here in Los Angeles. So this might be our last one together for a while.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured because we are on a partial stay-at-home order starting. We're recording this on a Saturday, so our partial stay-at-home order goes into effect tonight, which is basically just a curfew for everybody and for businesses. But I have a feeling that they're going to lock it back down again because the holidays are coming up and
literally like nobody's listening. Like the amount of people traveling and stuff like that for Thanksgiving is huge.
I can't believe that. I can't believe anybody's traveling anywhere right now. Like that is wild to me.
Yeah. I appeal to anybody listening to just please be safe. This holiday season. I know it's hard. I'm really emotional. Like Thanksgiving is such a big deal for us here. We have a very big Friendsgiving every year.
Yeah, we look forward to it every year. And the truth is we all thought this would be done by now. You couldn't have told me in March that our Thanksgiving would be affected. Right. Like I really didn't think it would be. And like, you know,
I mean, thankfully you called your wedding when you did because
oh yeah.
Like I can't. I mean, there would have been no fucking way.
There was a question. We're like, well, what if it's done by
right?
then?
Yeah. I mean, and there were definitely people who made me feel like I was overreacting for sure. You know, and it made me question whether or not it was the right thing to do. And look at us now. You know, I know people who have had to reschedule their weddings twice now at this point because like they had a wedding scheduled in April and then they pushed it to July and then it was like, okay, well that won't work either.
Right.
You know, it's wild. It's a hard thing to comprehend. And then on top of that, The fucking sun goes down at 4:30.
Oh my God.
I mean, I feel like the oldest person ever when I talk about daylight savings, but I am legit just like old lady shakes fist at sky because like
100.
What the fuck?
We are like passed out at 8:30.
It's because it's
tired.
midnight.
Yeah.
Because it's midnight. It
Yeah.
looks like midnight by 5.
Is it worse because we're working from home? At least for me, because I'm like, I am working in my living room and I have to turn the lights on in my living room at 4:25.
Oh,
like,
easy.
Yeah.
And that's pushing it.
like,
That's
it's starting to get dim.
you're like it's dim in there, and you're like, I'm gonna wait until the last motherfucking second to turn that light on because
That's right.
I will fuck these eyes till I die to wait to get that damn light on.
And you just get so tired by them
Oh,
because
it's
that's
fucking
your
wild.
like circadian rhythm. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, the sun's going down. So
Dude.
the body gets sleepy.
Last
Jesus.
week, Anthony and I were like, we got to do something, man. Like, you know, we're suffering in isolation because we're extroverts, you know? And so we were like, you know what? Let's party. Like, let's just party, like you and I. So last weekend, we did that. And I took like a boomerang on my phone with a filter that had like the date and time on it. And we'd been like, we'd been drinking. The fucking time on that, we were taking shots at 6:45. Like, for real. And I was like, it feels like 11 p.m.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand.
Dude,
I don't get it.
last night, so that's our thing. Eric and I, we have Friday nights. It's just like we're good all week, Monday through Thursday, you know, kind of taking it easy and being good and getting full night's rest. And then Friday is like, let's get a bottle of Tito's and turn it up.
Yes, blow the cap off this shit.
Last night we had just bought a new like dining room table or whatever. So he's like, I'm gonna make this fancy dinner. He's like stuffing a chicken and stuff like that. We were turned up. I was sleeping at the kitchen table at 7 p.m.
Yeah, that's
He
exactly
had to
right.
wake me up. I ate some salad, a couple pieces of chicken, and then like literally we went to bed.
Yeah.
That's where we are.
You're
you
like,
guys.
I'm Dunzo Washington, dude.
I really think it's a combination of daylight savings and also just the fact that like we've been in this shit for so long at this point. It's like, can I just
That's
go
why the
to
bubble
bed?
has been so sacred to me because honestly, like,
Yeah.
I do feel like I am at a point where like I need my weekends. I need my friend. Like it is. I am fucking struggling.
Me too.
I know. I'm
struggling.
I just period day 1 over here, and yeah, yesterday, I cried hard at this Etsy commercial. Have you seen it?
No.
It's like a grandma and a grandpa, and the grandma's depressed,
yeah.
like laying in bed, and then she gets like an Etsy present from her grandson, and they're like Zoom holidaying. And he's like, it's me. It's for when you met. And I was like, I can't with this.
I can't do this. Like, oh my God. The holiday commercials better not. I swear to God. I'm like, none of us can handle it.
Okay.
Okay.
I need full on cartoon funny ads.
Yeah. I can't deal with sentimental ads this year. It's too hard. It's too much. Okay. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just like crying. I was like, I miss my mommy.
oh, it's
Can't see my mom. And, you know, it's just like, this whole thing too. And the fear of having to go through another stay at home, you know, having to go into a grocery store that looks like a war zone because people panic. And it's just like, it makes me realize, I guess, how fortunate we are as Americans to not be used to this kind of turmoil.
Yeah.
And you know, like because it has a mental health effect that I think we're going to definitely be feeling for years to come. And I can't imagine what it's been like to be a child this year.
God. Yep. Or a parent.
Oh, jeez.
my God.
Honestly, like, I feel like, yeah, there's going to be some interesting stories coming out of this because it has affected everybody differently and intensely.
Yeah.
You know,
Dating this year. Oh my God.
I don't know. Look, guys,
Can
I
even
really
believe how lucky I was to meet, you know, Eric. You know, we're coming up on 1 year.
I
in
can't
a
believe
couple
that. That's
weeks.
yeah,
wild.
it's crazy.
And I'm just like, wow, we got hella fucking lucky.
Right in the nick of time. Just slid right in like Indiana
Cuffing
Jones.
season.
Man.
Put the cuffs on.
Slid
I was
right
like,
in.
We're doing this.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Get in.
I really feel like we have not gotten enough quarantine dating stories. If you are listening and you dated through the core or like did the Zoom dates, did any of that stuff, I really want to know what that was like.
Yeah.
I just need to hear about it.
Yeah, I just need to know what that was like because I'm sure trying to navigate that has been really hard.
Really hard. You know, it's like, are you tested? Takes on a whole
Yeah, for real.
Whole nother level.
It's
Yeah.
so true.
Yeah.
Are you doing
Layers.
socially distanced dates like in parks? You know, like I'll put my blanket on this side and then
Right.
you put your blanket over
6
there.
feet away.
Yeah, you know, and we'll get to know each other.
Did you see there was somebody that did a meme or something like that about we don't have to wear masks or blah blah blah, and they're like talking about condoms or something. He's like, dick masks, if you will. And I almost sent it to you guys because I was like, oh my gosh, yeah,
Dick
it's
masks.
like.
I mean,
Yeah,
true.
Yeah, exactly. It was somebody that was trying to compare STDs to COVID.
Okay.
Or whatever. And it was like, you don't
Why are we
have to wear masks, blah, 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 for STDs. And someone's like, condoms.
Yeah, and what are you talking? I'm concerned if like you
Like,
didn't put one and one together.
Okay,
Like,
Professor Raw Dog.
Oh,
Professor
God.
Raw Dog. If this fucking episode isn't called Professor Raw
Oh,
Dog,
gross.
I swear to God,
I'm disgusted.
I quit.
Oh my God.
Professor Raw Dog.
Oh, I think we, well, first of all, this is my worst date.
Oh, yeah.
I'm Christina.
I'm Keegan.
I'm Cassie.
What's up?
What's up? And do we have a new Patreon?
No, we just have someone who
Oh, we
edited
do.
the pledge.
Yes, we have somebody that upped their pledge with us on Patreon, and we are so grateful.
Yes, Sydney. So Sydney Sobers. I hope you are excited to get in on all of the Crazy in Love movie action.
And we are, as soon as we're done with this episode, we're taking advantage of what could be our last in-person recording for a while to do our Bud Light Seltzer ugly Christmas sweater tasting video
God,
for
I'm
Patreon.
I feel
very
like we should be
concerned.
wearing ugly sweaters to do this.
Oh, I should have brought one.
I have a few.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
We should.
Yeah, man, because somebody wrote to us, or I think they sent us a DM on Instagram where they tried the peppermint patty flavor. And first of all, that's the one I was least excited to try already. And she made it worse because in my head, I was like, all right, it tastes like peppermint, which peppermint alcohol, like peppermint schnapps, no thank you already. But then she was like, no, it's like chocolate peppermint. Chocolate peppermint seltzer.
Oh my God.
my God.
I got chills. I got chills.
We're gonna have to
No.
taste it
So
at the
nervous.
same time. Like
Yeah,
it's
it's
important.
gotta be this.
We're gonna open one can and pour a little bit because let's not open 3 cans, okay?
Okay.
Yeah,
we'll
that's true.
just
'Cause
get-
smart.
it'll be pretty wasteful. Yeah, that'll
Okay.
make sense. Okay.
Oh, good. Oh, but yeah, if you want to see us just crawl out of our skin, I'm sure with that one. What if we're all like, surprisingly tastes refreshing?
Well,
I don't know.
You know, I'm writing an email to Bud Light.
Dearest Bud Light.
Dearest Bud Light, we love your seltzers. Sponsor us, please. But if we don't like it, I'm not saying anything. So.
Right.
Keep it to ourselves, and you'll find out on Patreon.
Exactly.
So, and that will be available for all patron levels as well. So
Yeah, our Christmas gift to you. So I think on that note, I think we did get a suggestion for Fuck, Marry, Kill. Am I making that up? In that somebody texted us or something, or
I
don't know.
or maybe it was back in our text thread.
I don't know, but here's the thing. We do have a Thanksgiving tradition on this show.
Oh yes,
This episode will be coming out the day before Thanksgiving, and we have always done. The first year we did our favorite Thanksgiving dish. Last year we did pies.
I think we do sides this year because
Sides?
I'll tell you what, there has been a lot of talk about that green bean casserole going on.
Well, we did green bean casserole the first year.
Oh,
that
did
was
we?
mine. Yes, and you guys killed it by the
yeah,
way.
that's right.
That
Because I
lives
had
in my memory.
brisket, so
yeah, we did dishes like Thanksgiving
Okay.
dishes. So it wasn't specific to. We can do fall cocktails since we're talking about
Okay.
the Bud Light seltzer. So you know, like, and not necessarily like alcoholic too. It can be like apple cider or
our Thanksgiving cocktail this year that we're going to have, because we discussed it, and we were like, let's have like a Thanksgiving cocktail, because for Christmas we always do mulled wine.
Yeah.
So we were like, let's do hot apple cider and bourbon.
Yeah.
So that's my Thanksgiving
We'll be over.
cocktail this year.
You'll be like, knock, knock, knock. Hi.
Well,
Just
actually,
has to clean.
your husband, Cassie, Chris, he made this freaking delicious. He makes kind of the same thing, but a cold version with like Angry Orchard
like
cider.
in the cider, right?
Cold cider.
Is that what he made when you guys came over? That one was good.
With bourbon and cinnamon, and
Yes.
it is also delicious.
And it's got like an apple garnish.
Yep.
Yum. So yeah, I'm gonna go with spiked cider for mine.
Okay.
Spiked cider. Okay. I know this is like Christmassy. I kind of love it though. I'm going to get shit on so much for this unpopular
I know how it's
opinion.
going to be.
Spiked eggnog.
I knew it.
I fucking love it. I love it. I make mine almost like a white Russian though. Only instead of milk, I use a little bit of the eggnog.
I don't think you'll get shit on for that, because like I feel like eggnog is polarizing in that people either don't like it or they fucking will die for it.
It's kind of like it is the what's the candy?
Candy corn?
It's the candy corn of.
But I feel like more people like
holiday.
eggnog than candy corn. To be
I think
fair to
yeah,
Christina,
yeah. No,
like,
totally.
But I'm surprised by that. So you put vodka in yours, like not rum?
I put I do like rum with eggnog. Of course, that's classic.
Yeah.
But there was a couple years ago, I was like, oh, I wonder if I made a white Russian, like vodka Kahlua, and used the eggnog instead of
I bet.
the milk, it would taste incredible. And I'm here to tell you, it does.
I believe
bet it
you,
does.
actually.
Yeah, it does. You know what? I'm not a huge fan of eggnog, but what I do like is eggnog in like baked goods, like an egg or like an eggnog cheesecake. Super fucking good.
Okay.
Eggnog truffles are good. Like I like eggnog in stuff, you know, and eggnog bread, like quick bread. They make that too. Yeah, it's a nice flavor.
Yeah.
I have to go with a classic child like thing for myself, which is hot chocolate. I think hot chocolate with like the little marshmallows.
Yeah.
That's kind of like my, I don't know, that just kind of reminds me.
Put some alcohol in it.
What alcohol would you put in a hot chocolate?
Bailey's.
Yeah, okay. Can't do that.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
But
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, right. Because
Yeah.
it's cream.
Oh no,
Yeah.
you can't do that, can you? I feel like, you know what? Honestly, I feel like you could probably put whiskey in there a little bit.
That's kind of where I was thinking, but
Yeah.
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 I'm a whiskey girl, so that's my
Bailey's and coffee is also really good. Now that you said Bailey's.
It's the only time of year I
Yeah.
ever have Bailey's in my coffee is at Christmas.
Irish
Yeah.
coffee.
But you know what? They make a salted caramel Bailey's now.
Ooh.
Stop it.
Shut your mouth.
Damn.
I think I've not had it, but I'm
Have you
gonna
ever
try it.
gotten drunk on Bailey's though?
No.
It's a
Yeah.
hard
It's
drunk.
fucked.
It's not.
That doesn't
fun.
sound
It ain't
fun
good.
at all.
Especially when you're allergic to milk. It ain't great.
I feel
not
like the
good.
amount of Bailey's you would have to drink to get fucked up on it is like way more than
I think it's way less than you think it is.
Yeah, it really is. And it's like, it's enough to give you like a tummy upset at the same time. So you're like drunk with a tummy ache.
Oh
it's
no,
like,
thank you.
Yeah, it's horrible.
It's not great. Okay, so hot chocolate, spiked apple cider, and
Eggnog.
eggnog. Okay.
Well,
With
I think mine is going to be the easiest to
Okay.
come up with because I'm going to have to kill eggnog
Yeah, you can't have it.
for the obvious reasons.
yeah, you guys
Can't.
are bad for each other.
Yeah. Oh,
Toxic.
That's the thing, though. It's like, here's the thing. I love it. It hates me actively, and it's really a toxic thing.
It's bad.
It's a
bad
fully
relationship.
toxic
You know what?
relationship.
Sometimes you have to cut toxic relationships out of your life. I support
I've
that
had
decision.
to. Yeah, I've had to, and I am going to. I think I'm going to marry hot chocolate. It's
Okay.
safe,
Classic.
It is Chris of the beverages that we've come up with. It is a big warm bear hug.
Yes.
Yep.
It makes you feel safe because you can like just revert into childhood and feel safe and comforted.
I'm gonna fuck with that.
Spiked apple cider.
Yeah, spiked apple cider. though.
Spicy.
Ew.
Yeah.
Good. It's not good for me, but it's so good.
But you know what?
None of these things are good for me.
No. Yeah, exactly. Like none of these are really good for you, and at least the apple cider has apples in it.
Yeah. See.
Right?
I mean, it's actually a health drink.
Yeah.
When you put it that way.
Yeah.
It's a vitamin.
I'm marrying the apple cider. It's like spice.
Yeah.
It's going to keep things exciting.
So it's going to be a little bit exciting.
Oh, shit. Now
little
I kinda wanna
highway
marry
to
it.
the danger zone. I'm excited. I think that's going to be a fun marriage.
Dangers. What the fuck is happening?
I'm going to fuck eggnog. And I'm going to fuck eggnog because he thick.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, thick boy.
He thick boy. And I don't marry him because I too am
a lot.
slightly lactose.
We
so
all
I
are,
get
let's be
a
real.
little
Most people
farty
are.
and bloated. So I kind of feel like I would not be my best self with eggnog long term.
Right.
But a one night
how
stand.
much? Yeah. How much eggnog? I mean, like, is it a daily?
Exactly.
You can't daily.
No.
Never.
And I just feel like I would get like tired
Oh, yeah.
of it. You know what I mean? Like it's
Oh,
a
yeah.
treat. It's a treat. It's like
It is not a
fucking great
daily.
one night stands, but eggnog isn't someone you want to be around every day.
No.
You know?
Definitely
oh God,
not.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
no.
So-
Eggnog takes up all the space in the room. You
Oh.
know, and you're like, oh God.
Yeah.
We
And-
get it, eggnog. You went to Barcelona.
Yes, exactly.
And then it makes me sad because he is so nice. He's so nice, but I'm gonna have to kill hot chocolate.
Yeah.
You see,
I would friend it if we could. But
I'm having a difficult time with this one because I feel like I want to marry cider. Like I'm like, cider seems fun. Like cider seems funny. And I feel like I could have a little cider every day. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I could handle it.
Can you equate these to our actual men? Because I really do feel like if Anthony was one of these drinks, he would be the apple cider.
The apple cider.
Yeah.
I mean, however, but here's where the issue lies. I fucking love hot chocolate.
Yeah.
I love it. I love the little tiny Swiss Miss marshmallows.
The little baby Marcy's.
They're so good. But I don't know if I want to have a one night stand with hot chocolate.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he's too nice.
He's gonna hug you.
Yeah, like and
he'll want to snuggle.
he's the type that puts rose petals on
Shit, God damn it, you're ruining this for
when
me.
you let him down, he's gonna be so
So
understanding about it though that he's gonna make you feel like shit. You know what I mean? Where he's just
I
like,
get it.
I understand. You know, and you're like, oh God, I'm a terrible person.
You got to do what's right for you.
Oh
Yeah, I just don't feel any passion towards hot
no,
chocolate.
I feel real
That's-
love. I do.
Yeah.
That's what's lacking in it for me.
Sure.
Is like, and that's why I had to go spiked apple cider because there's like there's heat
But
there.
hot chocolate's going to take care of you when you're 70.
See,
You know what I mean? He's going to still be there holding your hand.
hot chocolate is the obvious marriage choice. Like
Right.
it is. It's like if you made a list of pros and cons, like hot chocolate is stable, is reliable.
That's right.
He loves the fuck out of you.
You
He
know he
loves
got
your
a good-
friends. He loves your family.
And they love him. Your
Oh,
family
God. They'll
loves
dump
hot chocolate.
you
He's
first.
a
Yes.
great dad.
Oh.
He's just like he's got a stable job.
Yep.
But you know what? I feel like hot
And he
chocolate
just
is
loves you.
hot chocolate is gonna love you more than you love him, though. Like, you know what I mean? There's always gonna be that element. And you know what? And I read in an old school marriage advice magazine that that's what you want
Yeah.
is like a husband who loves you just like a little more than you love
Just a
him.
skosh more, huh?
But then I feel like you're right. Like, where's the passion then?
Yeah.
Do you end up cheating on hot chocolate someday because you're just like, there's no
shit.
there's
Yeah.
no passion there.
Yeah, shit.
I feel you.
But I
Dude.
feel like you can throw that whiskey in if you need to every once in a while.
That's true.
Right?
Okay. All right. You're right. God, this is much more This shouldn't be so hard. It really shouldn't be.
You throw a pinch of cayenne in there and some Mexican hot chocolate.
God
Okay. A little chili powder and that
Yeah,
was
have a role play.
Damn. Equivalent of pulling the cuffs out.
Oh God. But you know what? I think I'm gonna stick with marrying apple cider. And I can't
I feel like I get heartburn after a while.
you're right.
I mean,
You're right.
You got to make a decision that's
This
right for
shouldn't
you.
be so agonizing
No, I
for me.
mean-
Look at me. I'm like
know.
sweating over here. This is a
Yeah.
very difficult choice. Why do I feel so bad about killing off hot chocolate?
It does hurt.
It
'cause he's
hurts.
so nice.
Oh, he's so nice. So yeah,
Wait,
but
you haven't done anything with
right, because here's the thing.
okay.
I don't love eggnog.
Mm-hmm.
I don't love eggnog.
Yeah.
However, I like a little bit of eggnog once in a while, which I feel
one
like
night stand
is
material.
I
There
feel
you
like
go.
is exactly what it's for. Like you're gonna fuck eggnog because you like
And move the
a
fuck
little
on.
bit of eggnog. I like rum in mine, just like one tiny teacup of eggnog once in a while. And then you leave, and you don't have to worry about him calling you because he won't.
No.
And like,
He won't. No.
Hanging around.
Yeah,
Hanging
he-
around
he-
for summer months.
Yeah,
That's some cuffing season you ups.
yes,
That's
yes.
it. That is the only time he shows up suddenly in
is
your inbox.
the guy from
No
your
one.
hometown who you're home for Christmas.
Exactly.
And it's like, yeah, once a year. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's it.
You're like, I got a taste for eggnog. Just see if he's visiting his parents this time.
But you know, long term, this
No.
would not work out.
No.
So like, yeah, I am gonna fuck eggnog. Even though I do in my heart love hot chocolate more, but I am gonna have to kill hot chocolate. Just he's too nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just going to spice him up with little Zatarans every once in
It's
a
a
while.
little zatter, a little bam. Yeah,
Bam.
yeah.
Oh, that was a good one. Well, you guys want to take 5 and we'll come back with stories?
Sounds good.
Yes.
Cool.
And we're back. Okay, so I will kick us off with stories. This is another restaurant story. I
Love restaurant ones.
I just really fell down that Reddit rabbit hole, and I can't find my way out.
I think that there's also something that's like, oh, nostalgia. Remember when you could go to restaurants?
Oh my god!
Yeah, I do have to say that's an industry that I obviously feel very close to, and if you are in a position where you can do takeout from your local neighborhood place, and I'm not talking like a chain
Not
or
Applebee's.
whatever, but like a mom and pop restaurant, please do it. These small business owners are really, really struggling and getting ready to go into another stay at home where they're going to have to shut down, but for takeout and delivery. These are people, at least in California, that have had to bend over backwards since March for changing rules and regulations. And like sometimes, within the same week have spent thousands and thousands changing their business models and everything. And the people that work within them,
Sure.
are just people trying to get by, not people thinking that they're having to put their lives on the line. These are people who are just trying to make a livelihood.
Right, they're
Just
trying to
trying to
pay
pay
rent,
bills.
Yeah.
Well, and to that point, Christina, like, not only that, but as a hairdresser and somebody who's also in a service industry, we're in the same boat. I want people to consider this. I mean, we're coming up on holiday season. Please consider giving a gift card, giving a gift card for your local restaurant,
That's
giving
such
a
a
gift
great
card.
thing.
You know what?
Yes.
Because there is a light at the end of the tunnel, but these companies, these businesses aren't going to even make it through the holidays if we can't help support them a little bit.
Right.
And so consider giving, you know what? Here's a date night, mom and dad. Here's some couple tickets to a movie and a dinner at this local restaurant that I think you guys will love. Mom, here's a little spa day. Get your nails done. Get your hair did.
And
make
along-
it a date.
right,
You know what I
along-
mean? And that what a great way. What a great gift anyway. Here's a date night out when we can all go out again. Here's a date night out for you guys.
Right. I mean, and along those lines, the holidays do look different this year for everybody. We are trying really hard to shop small for our Christmas gifts this year.
Yes.
If you know people who have small businesses, try and shop their small businesses. I'm going to give a shout out to my friend who has the Swallows Flight Book and Tea Shop. It's a small,
So cute.
She does handmade tea blends. She also owns Fern and Mist Florals. So I'm going there and I'm going to get like a lot of teas from her to give my like sisters-in-law and my mom, and like just think about those things because Amazon doesn't need more money. I know it's convenient. Goddamn, do I know? Like, it is so fucking convenient. I get it. But like, consider buying product from a hairstylist,
That's right.
Consider like buying gift cards from local places that could use the influx of cash right now. Because I get the convenience of Amazon. I fully bought into it through this pandemic because it's easy, but
Eat the rich.
but
Well, and the other
except for Dolly Parton.
the other point that to what you're saying too, as far as like buying, because a lot of your high end brands, your salon brands, are selling through through Amazon now. The point of what you're saying is so valid. You're just giving that brand the money. When you buy that product from a stylist, they do make a little bit of money off of that purchase. So if you have the opportunity, reach out to your hairstylist and say, can I order like a bundle or whatever, like you're saying, for product? Please buy your hair products through your stylist.
Which makes me, reminds me, I have to talk to you after this. 'Cause I need to re-up on Condish.
Okay.
So
Cool.
yeah, I want to see who I can buy that from.
Cool.
Yes. Okay. So, restaurant story. I worked at a breakfast diner. A couple came in. I remember almost exactly what they ordered. She had oatmeal and a fresh fruit cup, and he had banana French toast, 3 eggs, sausage, bacon, hash browns, and toast.
I want his
his metabolism.
It's amazing.
I want his meal.
She got a mimosa too, and he just had a cup of coffee. Every time I went to check on them, he ordered something else.
Oh my God.
More bacon, more hash browns, etc.
Holy crap.
You're going to have a heart attack right there at that table, Winston Churchill. Okay.
Sir.
Fuck, my God. The average bill for 2 people at this restaurant was between $15 and $20. This, which is cheap. Well,
Yeah.
With a
diner
mimosa
food.
in there. Yeah. Okay. This dude racked up a $40 bill.
Holy.
Twice as much. The time came to drop it off, and I went back, and he said he forgot his wallet.
Okay.
So she put her card down. I went to the card machine, and it got declined.
Oh no.
Which, is there a worse feeling?
Oh, God, I
No,
just
than
got
telling
chills.
somebody that their fucking card
It's-
declined. It's the worst.
Or
is the
hearing
worst.
it, like
Oh, yeah.
because that's happened to me,
Oh.
like at the grocery store checkout
Oh.
before,
I
and
wanna puke.
I'm like, I know I have money in there, and then you're
Right.
trying to like defend yourself to the cashier.
I
You're
got
like, no, you're like looking up your like bank
Yeah.
account. You're like, no, I know there's money in there. I don't understand what's happening. The worst. Okay, so I returned to the table and told her it had been declined. She called her bank, and I assume they said tough shit. So then she said that she would call her mom for money to be deposited. The call got heated, so she stepped outside. I could see her pacing and crying out front. She came back in tears and said something to the dude, then she left. I went over and said that he could run home and get his wallet. He looked at me and sighed irritably as if I had inconvenienced him.
Wow.
Then
Wow.
he reached in his back pocket,
No.
threw down some cash, and left.
No.
He had money
This
the whole motherfucking time.
Fucker right here.
Wow.
It was a really small town, so this was the topic of discussion for a while with our regular customers.
Oh, good.
Oh,
Can
my.
you fucking imagine?
Oh my God. I hope that girl found out and just like
I'm sure she did.
roasted.
Small town. I'm sure
Oh,
she did.
Dude, my anxiety level right now.
Who could watch someone go through that and just be like,
A psychopath.
That is
Honestly,
that is
a
truly
psychopath.
concerning to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Like I feel a way right now that I can't describe. Like
She got off easy then, honestly. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
I hope she dumped his ass and didn't go back to him. I really do.
am shooketh.
Yeah.
Like to me, that is one of the most psychopathic.
Right, because
shits.
he fully took advantage of her
Yeah.
as well, as far as like ordering.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like
Like ordering as much as possible, having the money the whole time to be able to pay for it.
Saw her distress, saw her crying, didn't do anything.
Right. I mean,
That's-
honestly, look, you shouldn't have done it in the first place. But the second the person came and said, hey, this card is declined, you can be like, actually, you know, I have some cash in my pocket I totally forgot about. Like,
Yeah.
what?
yeah.
I
Ugh.
don't know that I've been this disturbed by one of our dumbass
It's kind
date
of like a
stories
weird-
for a long time.
Weirdly upsetting.
It is-
right?
I am very weirdly upset.
Yeah. No, it's like, yeah. It's gross.
It is.
Bad guy vibes for sure.
I am. Wow. Okay. Sorry.
Okay. This one it got off of Reddit. I don't know why. I think this is so funny, but I gave this guy a chance, even though I already knew I wasn't that interested. We went for sushi at the mall and had a pretty normal conversation. After we finished eating, he asked if I wanted to walk around the mall, and I said, okay. He starts talking about Star Wars, and I said, I've never watched it.
What?
And he was so shocked. So shocked. He said it was unacceptable
What?
and that we had to watch it together next time. I was like, I don't want to watch it, though. It's kind of a lifelong commitment I have to myself to never watch it. He was so confused and told me to follow him. So I did.
Oh, no. He's got a whole fucking Star Wars shrine, doesn't he?
We ended up at a gaming store in the mall, and he showed me Star Wars merch, trying to persuade me.
Why would you think that would work?
Yeah.
He then saw a lightsaber, and I don't know, but he said he's never seen this in the store and asked an employee if there was one out of the box he could see. The employee said yes and showed him one, and he starts swinging it around and almost hits a girl in the face. I have social anxiety, so I don't like attention being drawn to me or people I'm around. I pull the employee aside that helped him out, and I said, I want a first date with this dude, and I'm really not interested. What should I do?
You're straight up ask. Look, if you're at that level where you're like, I'm willing to ask a stranger to help me get out of this.
I need help.
Like, you should just walk out the store.
SOS. The employee looked so uncomfortable and whispered, really? I'm not sure. We just watched him play around with the lightsaber, and then he started asking the employee if he watched Star Wars, and he says he has. So they start talking about the latest movie.
I feel like you have permission to just walk out at that point, right?
I'm gonna go find the bathroom and
never return. Just ghost.
I'm still standing there, and finally I make an excuse that I have to go home and take care of my grandmother, and he said, walk me to my bus stop. I told him, no, it's really okay. He insisted, so I let him. We get to the bus stop, and he's still standing with me and smiling at me. I felt so bad and didn't know what to do.
No. We're not about to have a good night kiss at the bus stop. No.
He told me he had a great time, even though I barely talked. I followed that up with, I have to call my grandmother to let her know I'm coming home. I can't have you beside me if I'm talking to her. He said with a smile on his face, okay, see you later.
What?
Later that night.
That's such a weird excuse. Like, if someone said that to me, I'd be like, why?
You can't stand next to me.
Okay. Sorry, I need you to stand at least 6 feet away. Social distance from me, please.
Later that night, I couldn't take it anymore. I texted him, you're a really sweet guy, but I don't think we're compatible. Do you want to be friends instead? He texted back a long text, basically saying I was like every girl who only likes guys for their looks and that he didn't want me to be his friends because he has enough friends.
Okay, bye.
He thought I was different and nice, but that I'm actually a bitch.
Okay. Oh, you're such a nice guy. Thanks for calling me a bitch.
She says, I definitely am a bitch, but I was really nice to him. It was awkward. Anyways, a year later, I came out as a lesbian.
No, there you go.
There you go.
Sometimes, you know.
But it's the whole, like, Star Wars thing. It's like, no, I'm not really interested in it.
And you know what?
It's not for me.
It's okay. We all have, like, weird, quirky deal breakers.
Right.
It's okay if that's a deal breaker for him. Then just walk away, dude. You're like, it's all right. If you're with somebody who doesn't like something that you really, really like, then she ain't the one, bro.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. There's somebody out there who is
for sure
into it.
Ready to put on that Princess Leia costume in the bedroom for you, for sure.
Princess Leia slave.
Oh, God.
Hate that.
Yep.
All right. So mine came to us from an email that we got, and I think it's especially very funny. Okay. So this isn't technically a worst date story, but it's one I think you gals will enjoy. One of my friends is very bougie, buys really expensive designer clothes and shoes. Big Carrie Bradshaw vibes. Anyway.
Wish I could.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, same.
Anyway, she was posting some stuff on Craigslist. Obviously, the first mistake. She put up some really cute Gucci shoes and got an inquiry pretty quick. I can't remember the girl's name, but let's just call her Jessica. So Jessica reaches out and says she's into the shoes, but has one request. She wants a picture with the shoes on. I would have blocked her immediately at that request.
Danger.
I love that our minds automatically went there. First of all, you're talking about Craigslist.
No, like dirt of the earth.
Dude, so I get crime reports on my phone weekly for West Hollywood. I don't know why I'm like so obsessed with it. They'll tell you all the crimes that happened in West Hollywood.
Absolutely fucking not.
So
my
apparently
girl.
There's been a spate of people who have gone around, been like, yeah, I want to buy that thing that you're selling or whatever. They drive up, like they agree to meet up somewhere. They drive up and they just take the shit from people.
No.
And drive off. So we're talking like
Wow.
computers
Wow.
and shit like that. People are just like, oh, yeah. Let me see it.
Money
No.
first.
Drive
Money
off.
first. Money first.
I'm gonna.
Get that
Can
money
I? Can I
first.
have your keys?
I
You hand
need
over your car
collateral.
keys.
Exactly.
First.
So selling stuff online, y'all be fucking careful.
I told my Craigslist story on here already.
Yeah.
Like it was not a good experience. So be
Yeah.
careful.
I would have blocked her immediately at that request. She's not a bitch like me. My friend did think it was weird, but thought, okay, I guess I can understand that request. And she sends the photo of her feet wearing the shoes. Jessica loves them. And they make plans
Can
to
I
meet
get
at a
more
coffee
angles?
shop to do the trade. A few hours later, my friend gets to the coffee shop and is waiting for Jessica. She assumes, of course, that she'll recognize her as someone looking around for someone when they enter. 15 minutes goes by. No Jessica. My friend texts me at that point and is very annoyed and also wanted to tell me about this totally creepy old guy who looked out of place.
Oh, really?
We laughed about it. 30 minutes go by. She texts me again and I told her just to bail. Bitch, time is money.
That's a good friend.
Next thing I know, she's calling me winded and I hear her hop into her car and slam the door.
Oh, no.
I asked her what the hell was going on and she told me this. She noticed during her time there that the old guy that kept staring at her was staring at her feet, but decided that the old guy was just creepy. When I told her it was time to leave, it dawned on her that old guy was staring at her feet the whole
my God,
time
I'm
and
gonna throw
even
up.
licking his
Oh, I'm gonna throw up.
lips. She freaked so bad and ran out, leaving the Gucci's behind. Jessica
Bitch.
didn't exist. She was literally catfished on Craigslist exchange for some old fart with a foot fetish. Sometimes,
She left the Gucci's, honey. No.
yeah, get them
Oh.
Gucci's.
That guy's going
Sometimes-
to be doing some
Oh,
weird stuff to this
He's
shoe.
he's been fucking them shoes ever since.
God, no.
No.
Sometimes when we're on the phone, I like to just randomly say, "Hey, remember when you got lured to a public space for someone's foot fetish?" We cackle every time. My dudes, don't use Craigslist. Wow.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Look, and again, not to yuck anybody's yum, but the foot thing, I don't understand it.
I mean, that's fucking hilarious. That shit's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. No, you have to be so careful when you're
God.
selling stuff, like as a female. Like she kind of did the right thing, which is meet up in a coffee shop or whatever, but I'm not gonna sit around for half an hour waiting for somebody. You know what?
I guess it depends
On
on
to the
how
next.
much. Yeah. On to the next. I guess that's true. Because I was going to say, well, maybe she really needed the money from selling the shoes, but like someone will buy those
Yeah.
for real. Get a Poshmark, girl. Come on.
There you go.
Yeah, Craigslist is not the way, kids.
Even Facebook Marketplace, I feel like is probably better than Craigslist. Let's be real.
There's more of a trail and stuff.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm really excited about this one.
You've been excited for like a week. I still haven't picked mine yet.
I have been. I picked this one like a week ago, and it's another history lesson.
Ooh.
Which you know I love a history lesson.
We haven't had one in a while.
It's true.
And for this one, we are going back.
Oh, shit.
Back farther than we've ever gone back before.
Oh,
Shit.
I'm in a history mood
Is this in the
too.
Bible?
Oh? No, it's not in the Bible. Although I'm sure there's some good ones. I know there's some good ones in the Bible. Ooh.
There's tons of crazy.
Let me
in
tell you
the
this
Bible.
biblical story.
I mean, but we're close. But we're close.
Oh,
Okay.
shit.
So
Cleopatra.
we're getting. Oh no, but good one.
That's been on my list for a while.
We are getting in the way back machine, and we are going back somewhere between 890 and 925 AD.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
I told you
All
we're
right.
going back. So it was so long ago that people aren't 100% sure of the year, but
Yeah, it was a long time ago when they give you like
A range.
a huge span.
Yeah.
They're like, I don't know.
Somewhere between these 100 years-ish.
One of the wildest things I learned in history was like with the fall of the Roman Empire, it only took 80 years for people that were settled in the shadows of the aqueduct to literally think that the people that had built that had been aliens. Like they had forgotten
Jesus.
all of it. 80 years in that
Damn,
span.
dude.
Isn't that
well,
crazy?
it's because people died at like 40. So they were like,
true.
they were like, no one was alive 80 years ago. I don't know.
My grandma was dead before I was born. So
Aliens.
So I do want to say I got the idea for this from listening. I'm trying to catch up on my podcasts because I've really gotten far behind on all of my podcasts. And I got this idea from Noble Blood. They did an episode. So good. And then I got a lot of my information from historyanswers.co.uk, a Factinate article, and then Wikipedia. Because look, guys, I didn't have a lot of options here. There wasn't a lot.
Also been fucking obsessed with history lately. I told Cassie this earlier because I've been binging The Crown.
That's what I've been watching. We'll talk about it.
Princess Di. I've watched. Yeah. Anyways. We'll get to that. Okay. Yes. I'm so excited.
You know I fucking love history. I love it. I love it. Okay. So it was around this time between 890 and 925 AD that the future Grand Princess of Kiev was born. So Olga was born to a noble family, but who were distant cousins to the Kiev monarchy of sorts. I don't even know if they called it a monarchy at that point, but basically like the king and his homies. So when she was around 15.
I love that album.
Yeah, The King and His Homies. You know.
So good. What a great band.
So when she was about 15 years old, her father and the father of Prince Igor, the first of Kiev, arranged a match. And
honestly, 15. I mean, old maid, can we
like,
say?
For this long ago, I'm surprised it wasn't like 12. Like for real. Like,
for real.
True.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like it was a very like fortuitous match for both of them. It's like she was beautiful and young and really high society.
Am I going to be able to find pictures of these people?
You will find paintings, and she looks how you would like. She does look like. Okay, I'll talk about it at the end.
Okay.
So, not a lot is known about the couple or their marriage, but it appeared that they had a pretty amicable relationship. I mean, as far as marriages back then were concerned, where it's just like usually open animosity or just like a business arrangement.
Or like a 12-year-old with like a 60-year-old.
Exactly. It's a business arrangement, right? So like typically there wasn't a lot to be said about like their actual relationship. But as far as marriages back then went, like it seemed like these two actually kind of like liked each other. Got on fine, like things were good. They seemed pretty happy with the match, and not long after they were born, they welcomed their son, Sviatoslav. That's how you say it, Sviatoslav. Right.
I'm all like.
And so they basically, they had their heir. They secured the Rurik dynasty. So the way that this thing worked was Igor ruled the Kievan Rus, which is like a large area covering what is now Russia, Ukraine, and Belarus.
Damn.
Yeah, like not the whole thing, but areas of those three areas.
Okay.
And his people had basically gone in and they'd conquered a bunch of neighboring tribes until they had control over the whole region. So one of these tribes was called the Drevlians. And the Drevlians and the Kievan Rus Empire had a really complicated relationship. They had a good relationship with Igor's predecessors, but for some reason, they did not like Igor very much. So after the death of his father, they stopped paying their tribute, which is basically taxes, to the Kievan Rus Empire, and instead started giving money to a warlord in the area in hopes of kind of like throwing some kind of coup, right?
Oh, shit.
And the custom at the time was for the ruler to personally like ride from region to region, tribe to tribe, collecting tribute, like from each of these tribes.
You don't got people for that?
Yeah, it's kind of weird to me too, where I'm like, why do you have to go yourself? But I don't know. I've seen Braveheart. I guess they did it there too. Basically going from tribe to tribe and collecting tribute. And since the Drevlians weren't behaving properly, they weren't acting right, Igor decided to intimidate them by coming with like his full army, like large army, basically to pay, like force them to pay tribute.
Yeah.
So
he's like, bitch, come correct.
Bitch better have my money.
Exactly. He's like, I'm not here to play with you fools. Okay. So he arrives and the army did its job. They intimidated the Drevlians. The Drevlians backed down and they paid Igor every penny of their tribute. They're like, here's everything we owe you. Have a good day.
Yep.
So he's like, good. That's what I thought. So he leaves with his army. They begin riding home. But then Igor is like, you know what? these little shits haven't learned their lesson. They think they're going to rebel against me. They're going to rebel against me. I don't fucking think so. They need to learn a lesson. So he took a very small...
I feel like this is going to go bad.
He took a very small group of people with him. He told the rest of his army, like, you guys go on ahead. I'm going to go back there and I'm going to make them give me more money. So he goes back and he demands that they pay him more tribute. He's like, you guys haven't learned your lesson. You tried to overthrow me. This shit is unacceptable. You need to know who's boss.
Dude, my insurance company tried to do this shit with me this week because they fucked up. And I was like, nah.
Not today.
Not today. Dude, Eric saw full on like Christina talking to customer service.
Oh, damn.
So we finally made it through that hurdle because I get very heated.
He's just looking at you from the kitchen like, babe.
Yeah. You okay?
Everything all right?
Everything all right? But yeah, moral of the story is like, that's not my problem. I pay what I owe you. That's it. You can't come back and be like.
Basically, the Drevlians said the same thing. Oh. They were like, absolutely.
Christina is actually a Drevlian.
Yeah.
We've not ever discussed this before.
They were like, look, if we let you get away with this shit one time, what's to say you're not going to come back and do this shit again?
That's
absolutely fucking not. Not today. Not on my watch. So they put him down in a brutal fashion. So according to a Byzantine historian, they bent down 2 birch trees. This is a quote. They had bent down 2 birch trees to the prince's feet and tied them to his legs. Then they let the trees straighten again, thus tearing the prince's body apart.
I don't think that's how science works.
I don't know.
I don't mean
Aliens.
I mean, I don't mean to get weird here, but I'm just saying, like, if you can bend it down, I feel like it's not going to rip him apart.
Dude,
I don't know.
The Bible stuff and some of the deaths that happen in historical times, I think, are so creative because what the fuck else was there to do?
All they had...
Were they ain't watching The Crown?
You know, somebody was standing on that hill like a week before and they were like, you know what? It would be an interesting way to kill somebody. And then they had the opportunity and they were like, let's try it.
See what happens. Yeah. Let's give it a go.
I feel like if you can bend it down.
Well, no, but there was
force of it, depending on how tall these trees are. You're talking about a force going in opposite directions.
Exactly.
That's
and it's not just
I feel
one
like we
person.
need to CSI test this shit out.
What is that, Mythbusters? They should do it.
Yeah.
But you know what? Like,
Can this do this?
I feel like also when I was reading about it, look, and there is some speculation. It was so long ago. Yeah, of course, there's speculation about legend and what really happened. But this was a historian who documented this, and they do say, I mean, it's not like one person went over to this like fucking Charlie Brown tree and pulled it to the ground. It was like a lot of people. It's like the whole village gathered to pull this tree down, right?
Okay. All right.
Look, I don't need your skepticism. If we're going to have your skepticism this early into the story, we're going to have some fucking problems, Cassie. Okay?
All right, I'm going to suspend disbelief.
I just need you to go along
to this
with this.
Aliens.
All right?
Dude face is dead.
Okay.
Dude face is dead and it's not pretty. Okay? That's all you need to know here.
All right.
So when the news arrived to Olga that her young husband was murdered,
and she got a tweet.
Yes,
is an actual pigeon. So
he did. That's it. It said that her grief was profound. Like she really did grieve the loss of her husband. All of a sudden now she's like a single mom, a widow, right? She's upset. Her son was only 3 years old at the time. So Olga stepped up as regent of Kiev Rus. She's like, I am going to rule Kiev Rus until my son is old enough to take over. So after the death of Igor, the leader of the Drevlians, whose name is Prince Maul, which is actually true, which is kind of weird because
like fucking
like
Star
Darth
Wars.
Maul?
Yeah, because Maul doesn't it means like bad or evil in like
M-A-L does.
M-A-L, yes.
Yeah.
That's it.
Prince
Maul, M-A-L,
okay.
yes.
Shit.
And that's his actual name. It's recorded.
His parents were like, we see.
Yeah, we don't know about this one.
I know about this one. Maul, bad.
You bad.
After the death of Igor, Prince Maul devised a plan to take over Kiev Rus. After all,
make this up.
I swear to God I didn't. I swear to God I didn't. I swear to God. After all, a woman could surely not rule such a large empire. He was like, look, this little lady is going to need some help. And we just showed everybody who's boss by murdering her husband.
Just gave myself a headache by rolling my eyes too big.
I mean... So he sent 20 of his noblemen to Olga to try and persuade her to marry him. And, this guy had just murdered her husband. Yeah. And so these guys show up and they're like, hey, we know we just killed your husband terribly, brutally. But you know what? You could use some help right now. So why don't you marry our prince? He's soups chill. You guys would be happy. Chill. Whatever. And she was like, okay, yeah, sure. Yeah.
Bring him here.
Yeah, that sounds really good. So she smiled. She thanked them for their gracious proposal. And she told them, after all, my husband is dead. He's gone. What's in the past is in the past. And we have to be looking towards the future of Kevi and Roos. So yes, that sounds like a great idea.
She's going to red wedding him.
She's like, why don't you guys go back to your boats for the night? And then come back tomorrow. We have a ceremony here in this part of Kevi and Roos. So when you come back, allow my people to carry you in on your boats. It's one of our greatest honors, like a palanquin or whatever that is, where they carry them in. She's like, so you go stay the night and come back tomorrow for a feast and I will formally accept your proposal. And they're like, okay, sounds great.
Oh my gosh, she's actually super nice, right? I thought she was really going to be upset about this.
But actually, she's
really open to
pretty
it.
cool. I don't know. I kind of like her. Yeah. She's prettier in real life. So
she's not as big as she looks in the films.
So they returned to their boats. They stayed there as instructed. And, I just picture her smiling, she's waving. She's waving. They get over the hill. As soon as they get over the fucking hill, she tells her servants, she's like, work all night long, dig as big of a trench as you can dig. They dug this massive pit, right? This enormous pit. And the next day, the Drevlians allowed themselves to be carried in on their boats as she had instructed. And she had her people dump them into this enormous trench. And then she ordered them to be buried alive.
Dope.
And it's
this bitch
and
is
it's
like,
written,
nah.
Yeah, she's like, not today. And it's written that Olga bent down and watched them as they were buried and, quote,
waved.
Inquired whether they found the honor to their taste.
Ooh, damn.
She's cold-blooded, but we're not done. We're not done. This was not enough revenge for Olga. So she was fucking pissed. She wrote a letter to Prince Mal telling him that she was considering his offer, but that she was insulted that he had not sent his best men. So she asked that he send their, quote, most distinguished men so that she might go to their prince with honor. Unbeknownst of the fate that had befallen the ambassadors he'd sent before, because this took fucking forever for info to go back and forth.
Yeah.
Mal sent another party of his very best men, top men, to Olga. When they arrived, she greeted them.
She's like, bitch, you best come correct.
Yeah, she's like, I hope you had a good journey, but I know it was a really long journey. We'll have tea or whatever. But before you can have tea with me, you need to bathe, basically. She's like, you got to take a bath, get clean.
In this
relax.
lava.
So she led them to a bathhouse. And when they entered, she locked them inside and set the doors on fire and burned them alive.
Damn. So close, Cassie.
Yeah.
There you go.
Lava.
And rather than wait for any other Drevlians to arrive looking for their lost men, Olga took her army and her 3-year-old son and went to them. And since Sviatoslav...
war's not the best place for a toddler.
Well,
I mean, I'm not a parent. So...
Well, he's
not
got
to speak for other parents here.
He's got to learn to rule someday, Christina. Come on. He's got to see what it's
first war.
Yeah.
His little t-shirt.
Well, kind of. Okay, because here's what happened here.
His little ornament for his Christmas tree. Little
3-year-old Sviatoslav, right? He's technically the grand prince. So Olga had a tiny bow and arrow made for him.
Oh my God.
How cute is it? How
so
cute it?
So cute. So she
have little armor,
little
helmet.
little hat.
So I love it when babies dress like humans, or
Well,
like
they are,
adults.
when they are
Adults,
humans.
you know what I mean? Where they're wearing grown up clothes. But can you imagine all this a baby in 890s?
He's on a little Sebastian, a tiny horse. You know what I mean? So cute. But okay, so she gives him the tiny bow and arrow, and she leads him onto the battlefield, and she helped her son shoot the first shot because the prince is supposed to shoot the first shot. And so technically,
Keegan, you made this story up. This is the most fake ass.
I didn't.
I've ever heard.
Multiple sources say this. Listen. Okay, so the siege lasted.
My grandma told me this one story.
I swear to God.
Aliens.
Google it. Grand Princess Olga of Kiev. Okay. So the siege lasted all summer, and there was very little progress made because the city was really well defended.
Do you think like the other army was just like, oh my God, look at this cute little
Oh my gosh, she's so cute.
I would be like that. That is so cute.
His little pony. You guys are taking the brutality completely out of the story entirely.
Sorry.
It is
so far
a
we've
little
had people
baby bow and
We've
arrow.
had people split in half by birch trees, buried alive and set on fire, and you guys are like, "Oh, little baby."
Fake news.
So the city was really well defended. So Kevian Rus was able to cut them off from all trade, but they weren't really able to like get into the city because the city was so well defended. But it left the Drevlians in a really terrible position because they couldn't access anything. So everybody inside the city walls after 3 months, this went on for 3 months. This bitch's vengeance, she was like, I have never seen a more vengeful person. And actually in some
by the time the war ended, the baby was now like 42 months old or something, right? Whatever they do, like with months.
Like, I also had read, there were a couple articles that were saying that she was one of the inspirations for Cersei Lannister. And I fucking see it because, like,
That's awesome.
I love this now.
She was just like,
You should have led with that.
Wow, okay. So after 3 months, the people inside the city were starving and they were just ready to be done with this whole thing. You know how townspeople are. They're like, we didn't even fucking start this shit. Like, it wasn't our idea to like kill her husband. Like, I'd love for this to be over now.
I actually thought her husband was really nice.
I actually really liked him. You know,
the ladies who were like sitting around together sewing.
He was so handsome.
You know what? I actually thought he was a really nice guy. I've heard really good stories.
I've had nothing but cabbage soup water for like 3 days.
It's really not good with my constitution.
So knowing that they were ready to be done with the entire thing, Olga signaled to the Drevlians that she wished to speak to their leaders. So she told them that she forgave them the death of her husband and that she wished to end the fighting in the interest of the people, right? Because they're her people too. Mm-hmm. And all she asked was that they prepare great quantities of mead on the hill where her husband was killed so that she could have a ceremony of sorts, right? And properly mourn him and weep over his
I'm worried,
grave.
Cersei.
I know, right?
The Drevlians were like, yes, finally, thank you. Oh my God. Anything to end this, right? So they gathered their best mead. They went to the hill and they waited. And they waited for
And then
Olga.
that little baby showed up with his tiny bow
And they were like, yes! They waited and they waited for Olga to arrive. But it was taking them for fucking ever. And so as they waited, the army got thirsty. The army was like, look, we've been here waiting for fucking hours. They're not coming. We have all this meat. Let's just crack a few open, right? Let's just have a few drinks while we wait, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then they looked down on their village and it was burning. Eventually,
they drank so much that they were all wasted, right? It's late at night. They've been there all day.
4:30.
Yeah. It's 4:30 p.m.
PST.
But it's late at night now. They're all either wasted or passed out because like they've fallen asleep. They've been there all day. So with the Drevlian defenses down and some of the army passed out on the hill, Olga ordered her army to attack because now they're not in the city walls. Mm-hmm. They're out. They're unprotected. So they were massacred. Every one of the army, like everyone in the army was fucking massacred by her army. She is destroying every single person in this town.
You'd think that her husband was actually her brother.
Ooh. So the war was won at this point, right? The army is destroyed. Olga's army had effectively destroyed them. But one thing remained. And this whole thing had started, right? Because the Drevlians had refused to pay their tribute when Igor had asked. So Olga told them that if they gave her tribute now, she promised she would return home and leave them alone. And they were like, please, whatever you want, just take whatever you want and get out of here. We have honey, we have furs, whatever. Just go away.
Yeah.
Olga told them that she understood that they were strapped for cash because of the siege. She's like, I know you guys are in a shit position. I'm an understanding and merciful leader.
Oh my God, is this Trump? Oh man, you can cut that. Sorry.
No, I'll leave it in.
So she wouldn't ask them to spare their most pricey possessions because she knew that they were going to need those things in order to get back on their feet when this was all over. So all she asked for was 3 pigeons and 3 sparrows from each household. The Drevlians were like, whew.
Who's
What
got
a
6
relief.
fucking birds in their house?
I know, like no one. They're going out catching birds. They're fucking like, everybody's out like, oh shit, that's my bird.
It's like toilet paper.
Exactly. They were like, we can manage that. Don't worry about it. So each house gathered their offering. They presented it to Olga, and true to her word, Olga took the birds and she was like, bye. And she like headed out of town. The end. Just kidding.
What?
Okay.
I was like, wait, I have so many questions.
No.
What is she doing with that many birds? How many households were they?
Why do you need
what
so many
container
birds?
did they put them in?
Well,
Are they alive
she's
or
killed
dead?
a lot of households at this point, so there probably weren't that many.
12 birds.
So she was not done.
What?
Shocking.
This is the fake newsiest of fake news stories I've ever heard.
So
Fucking dare you.
I love it.
Cass.
I'm not
love
saying
it.
I don't love it. I love it. This is my favorite. I wish this was a bedtime story. I want to snuggie up with my little snuggie pillow and my
Snuggie.
kiki, and you just tell me the story because this is amazing.
I need the
This is my
children's
best
book
episode.
version.
This is the best episode we've ever had so far.
No,
This is my
I know.
favorite.
I really want to see the illustration
Yeah.
of like baby Stannis.
Oh, God. Sviatoslav.
Sebastian.
Yes. Stannis. Olga and her army, so they took the birds, right? And they marched until they were just out of view of the city. So everybody was like, oh, she's finally gone. Amazing. Right.
And they
but
said,
they
"All
were
the
basically
birds."
like just on the other side of the hill. And then they stopped and waited. And then they waited for night to fall. And that night, her army tied a piece of sulfur on the foot of each bird and attached a long piece of cloth. When she gave the signal, the sulfur attached to each bird was lit on fire, and then the birds were released. Olga had deliberately chosen pigeons and sparrows for their unique ability to find
Return
their
home.
way home. So when the birds were released, they headed straight back to their nests
Keegan.
in the home of the Drevlians.
Fake news.
The trees went up in flame, and soon the entire town caught fire. She burned the entire city to the ground.
Damn. Dude, that's Cersei's wildfire.
Yeah, she destroyed the entire city. And as people fled, she had her army capture them. And the captors were either killed outright or she gave them as slaves to her more loyal Kievan Rus territories.
Wow.
Damn.
Prince Maul was killed, and from then on, the Drevlians never again.
Wait, so they didn't get married? Just kidding.
Plot twist.
wait,
They actually
what?
fell
She's
in
like,
love.
yeah, she's like saw him and it was like, she's like, this is a meet cute.
Actually, he's real hot. Like, he looks like Jason Momoa. She's like, that's fine. Actually,
That's exactly what I'm seeing here. If you didn't tell me, this is Drago.
Yeah.
Drago? Drago?
Carl
Carl
Drago
Drago.
or
Yeah.
whatever. Drogo.
Drago. That's what I said.
Yes.
That's what I said.
That's what we all said.
Yeah.
So, because of the circumstances of her husband's death, Olga would go on to establish what would be considered the first internal revenue service.
Oh, damn.
So instead of the leader traveling from
This
'cause
bitch.
it took a fucking woman, right, to be like, why the fuck are we doing it this way? This is so stupid. So instead of the leader traveling from tribe to tribe to collect tribute, she created a system in which the land was divided into districts, and each district had their taxes collected by a certified board or agent. Women, we get the job done. Am I right?
I know.
Okay.
Always.
So later in her life, and this is the most baffling of this entire thing to me, later in her life, Olga,
This is the most. I can't wait.
Olga would convert to Christianity.
I mean, that tracks.
And she was the first. She was the first Kievan Rus royal to do so. So because of her efforts to bring Christianity to the Slavic people, she was made a saint in 1547 by the Russian Orthodox Church and then the Roman Catholic Church. Olga is the saint of widows and converts.
Fucking tracks so hard.
And her picture. Okay, hold on. I'm going to pull
You
up.
guys, I swear to God, this is the most last podcast on the left version of this episode we've ever done. I don't know that any of us have ever had so much input to talk about.
This woman, if she doesn't look like she would murder you and your whole fucking family, look at her.
Oh, she's got, God damn.
Like, she looks like she would kill you for real.
I want a portrait like that made of me. That's the most badass portrait I've ever seen.
And even this one, I'm like, there's something in her face.
She's going to kill you.
I'm like, yeah, she would
She
kill
got crazy
you.
eyes.
And she would not think twice about it. Like, at all.
Please send those to me.
Yeah.
Oh,
wow.
my.
So, yeah,
God.
that's the story. Look, you don't fuck with her man. You don't fuck with Olga's man.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Wonderful.
I heard that.
Wonderful.
I heard that on Noble Blood, and I'm like, if we don't fucking do this.
But honestly, like, dude, when people fuck with Chris, I see you get fucking crazy eyes.
Oh, no.
Imagine if people tore
Split
Chris
him in half.
in
Okay.
half.
Okay.
Like, you wouldn't.
And
Look,
then came to you and was
wait.
like, would you marry me? Bitch?
Wait. I wasn't on board with any of this until you brought Chris into it. Now I'm ready to fucking kill a village.
Yeah. There you
Well,
go.
but also here's the thing. I don't know. Like, do I think that she would have gotten her revenge? Sure. I don't know that she would have done what she did if they hadn't. You're gonna murder my husband, and then you're gonna add insult to injury. You're gonna insult me with this
also-
fucking offer in my house.
We're talking about, like, 9th, 10th century, where, like, women are considered, like, the weak. You know what I mean? Like, so there has to be part of it that just be like, let me show these fools what they're up against.
Right.
Because I'm going to set an example of these motherfuckers, and ain't nobody
And they will
talking.
never do this
They will
shit again.
Never.
And
nobody.
Who do you know
think-
that's Drevlian?
That's exactly right. That's why when you said that Christina was Drevlian, I'm like, probably not. Them gone.
They gone.
They gone.
They
But
cannot live here no more.
for real, like, I think
Woman
that is
scorned.
a big part of it. One, it's a woman scorned. Two, it's a woman in charge. And so she got the note early on that people are going to come in. These men are going to come in. They're going to try and take over your shit. So in order to stop them from ever thinking they can do that, you're
gonna
going to
take
put them
their
fucking down.
pigeons.
We're going to burn your city to the fucking ground. And even after Sviatoslav grew up and took over, he basically co-ruled with Olga until she died. And the people of Kiev and Rus were like, yes, because they loved her.
His earliest memories are seeing his mom go, like, fucking waiting to exhale on a whole fucking town.
Right.
And so he's like, you think I'm going to piss off my mom? No, thank you.
No.
And it's what the people
best
wanted.
child ever.
You know, the people were like, look, say what you want about Olga, but she gets shit done. So, I mean, we like having her around.
I actually got a new slave, a new Drevlian slave.
Yeah, they're like, so things are pretty good for me. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but
Wow.
Wild.
Wow.
That was thoroughly
How
enjoyable.
am I going to make
I'm
up a
glad.
story as good as Keegan's story
very
making?
dare you? I wish I could write a story that good, dude.
Damn.
That's, yeah, dude, George R.R. Martin wishes he could write a story that good.
He kind of did.
I know. I'm still
Actually,
still
that's what I'm going to
pissed
come
about
back next week and just tell you the story of fucking Game of Thrones.
It will literally be an 11-hour long podcast.
Let me tell you about this wedding, guys.
You're not going to believe it.
You won't believe what happens at this wedding.
Oh, wow.
But you know what? The thing is, like, I like, look, yeah, of course, it's a legend, and like, there are things that probably didn't happen there. But the truth is, like, people were fucking brutal, and like the way that people tortured each other back then are things that like we can't even comprehend. Like that medieval torture shit is like wild.
I'm telling Joseph's Technicolor Dreamcoat next week. I just want to keep getting further and further in history.
There we go.
Wow.
Jesus.
Wow.
I do want to say before we talk about what we're watching, we are
What we're drinking.
our usual wines right now. Like this,
I love it.
they're like, look, you have our ads. You've heard our ads. You know, like you've heard our ads. This isn't an ad. This is just like we're sitting here drinking our usual wines, and this shit is delicious. Actually,
It's pretty good.
I'm really like considering doing a lot of my gifting with them because I really enjoyed that red wine.
Yeah.
You liked the brew,
Yeah, I'm
right?
doing the Brut right now, which is V good.
Nice.
I mean,
delicious.
you really can't go wrong. Like,
And these bottles, they're like little beakers.
We were
so
so
classy.
cute.
We were
I
just
feel like-
drinking them out of the bottle.
I feel like I'm drinking an experiment.
Yeah.
I love
A
it.
very, very good experiment gone well.
Yeah. So this is your ad that's not an ad, but just letting you know that like authentically, genuinely, I actually really like this. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Usualwines.com.
So I am watching The Crown.
So
which
did you start from the beginning?
I
or are you
did.
just,
I started from the
my
beginning.
God.
And I had watched it previously. I started the first couple of episodes before. And I don't know what it is because I love, I fucking love an English show.
Yes.
And I don't know, maybe I was in a weird mental space the last time I tried to watch because I couldn't get into the first couple episodes. But now, I am almost done with season 1 and I am in it.
Vanessa Kirby as Princess Margaret is my life.
Amazing.
She is amazing. Claire Foy is amazing.
I
Matt
love
Smith
Claire
as
Foy.
Philip. Claire Foy is incredible.
What is it
Incredible.
about Matt Smith? Because like he
So
seems
hot.
like what? Yes.
I don't get it.
It
So
doesn't
hot.
make sense. It's one of those like things where I look at him and I'm like, he has no business.
And their like
Being this-
chemistry or whatever, and he, like her getting him to kneel and all. And I'm like,
Ooh.
and the costumes and the scenery and
I just
everything is
watched
so
the
good.
episode where like she's coming into her own, right? And like he's like, something's different about you. You look taller or whatever. And he's basically like, I don't think you should go to that meeting. And basically is telling her like, I want to fuck. And he's like, either I'm gonna need some stilts to reach up to the heights of my new woman, or she's gonna have to get on her knees. And I was
stilts,
like,
bitch.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I was like,
oh my God.
and thinking about Queen Elizabeth taking a dick in the mouth. I mean that's. But
That's what they were alluding to. I mean,
yeah, pretty much. I was like, God damn.
Yeah. Ooh.
Season 2 has been one of my favorites so
Okay.
far. Number 1 because the boy that I like is in it.
Matthew
Yeah.
Good is
Matthew Good plays
Love him.
the
Hot.
photographer
Oh.
that
Hot.
ends up marrying Princess Margaret.
hot.
Fucking hot.
Ooh. But Olivia Colman as the queen, she has been fucking fantastic.
Dude, I just got goosebumps when you said Olivia Colman.
Olivia
'cause I
Colman
fucking
can do no
love her.
wrong.
No
like,
wrong.
Literally, I've never seen her in anything.
I swear to God, Broadchurch is maybe one of the best shows I've
Amen.
ever watched.
Yes, I
She's
love it.
Ever. She's
Look,
fucking priceless.
this is a woman who has tons of awards, including an Oscar, and I still think she's underrated. I think she's
Same.
underrated.
Same.
I love somebody that is that fucking talented, but is just so down to earth and cool that you're like, she could easily be in this table. Like having a conversation.
She's drunk
with
at
us.
every single award
I
speech
love
she's
her.
ever
I love
had,
her.
and it's fucking amazing.
I fucking
I
love
love her
her.
so much, and I got sucked into starting The Crown over again because of all of the trailers for season 4, where I'm like, look, I got to get in on this Margaret Thatcher
know,
Princess
I
Di
know.
shit. I
It
have to.
is
I got to catch up.
so good.
I didn't watch last
First
season.
of all, she looks dead on like Diana. Like
She does.
so
And her
much.
voice-
Dude, I saw the pictures. I was like, Jesus
her
Christ.
She's got the voice and she's got like the head tilt down the way Diana would kind of talk from underneath, especially in the
Those
beginning.
French, yeah.
From like
Under the bangs.
She's got it down.
I believe
the,
it'd be French if you're
the-
British.
the
because
fashion-
bangs is not it.
the fashion is unbelievable. And there's this scene of her roller skating in Buckingham Palace to Girls on Film.
Yeah,
And it's just like it's just so good. It's
Okay.
so good.
I have to
Who
say,
plays her, by the way?
It's a newbie. Her name's Emma Corwin or Corbin.
is she American?
I
Oh,
don't
God,
know.
I hope
Somebody-
so.
I think
Because
someone
I'm
mentioned she
seriously
was-
sick of these Brits taking our fucking jobs.
They're
I
taking our
swear to
jobs. They're
God.
taking our jobs.
They're taking our jobs.
But also, like, Gillian Anderson, again, another person who flawless.
Yeah.
But
Somebody
the way-
literally tweeted and was like, "How dare you for making me think Margaret Thatcher is hot?"
Oh,
or some
it's
shit.
Kizu.
Oh yes, that's right.
Yes.
Her
Dude.
friend was like, "That."
Yeah.
I was like,
But
for
she,
real.
I can already tell in the trailer that the character work she has put in for Margaret Thatcher, the voice work
The voice
on that show is because Claire Foy sounds exactly like Queen Elizabeth.
Oh, yeah.
that
Fucking
clipped
exactly.
posh accent.
Oh,
Yeah,
God, it's great. It's great. It's great. And I did also start Queen's Gambit.
also great.
Also great.
Also
So-
beautiful. Like there's something about I think these shows hit harder during quarantine because they're so visually stunning.
I need an
And we're
escape.
stuck in our 1-bedroom apartments
Yes.
in Los Angeles.
Looking at the same
that
4
are
walls.
different colors of gray and
Did
beige.
you say fur balls?
Same 4 walls.
Or say fur balls. I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I do have a cat.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just like it is an escapism. It's something that's beautiful to watch. It's well acted. It's really good.
It
so
is.
recommend.
All right, gotta
checking
catch
it out.
up.
I also want to say I joined this book exchange. I saw it on my Instagram.
I've done that before. It's fun.
And so I reposted it on my Instagram. I joined it 6 days ago. I have gotten 7 books.
Holy
Shut
shit.
up.
Yes, people
get
have
in
sent
on
me
that?
7 books. I'll send you the thing. You can put it in your you put it in your like Instagram stories or whatever, and then the
shit.
next person passes it on. And so I sent a book to someone, and
I
I've
love
gotten
the
books back.
idea of giving somebody like a paper book.
Yeah, it means I really
physical
need to get
book.
on top of my shit and start reading because I have a lot of books to get through. But it is so
for our next Patreon, we'll have a book club meeting.
Oh, that would be cool. But like, it is so cool to just see what other people like, what their favorite book is or what spoke to them. I think is like super cool to pass that on to someone else. And Kelly from Boobies and Newbies did it as well. So I can't wait to hear what books she gets. But yeah, it's really cool.
Fun.
Cool. Are you still watching Riviera?
So I'm beyond caught up on
Because
Riviera.
I was like, I literally was editing the episode and I was just laughing so hard. I was like crying because it was legitimately
Listen.
the most passionate.
Listen, I have 2 things that you passionately must watch. It's Bosch.
Yes, and Riviera.
Which our friend is going to be on Bosch soon.
I am fucking stoked.
He told me that our friend, I don't want to like reveal his name on the podcast
Yeah.
because he's very superstitious about like sharing too much and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
like
yeah.
if the scene gets cut or
Right,
whatever.
right.
But when he told me that he was going to be on Bosch, I was like, Cassie is going to lose her mind.
I swear to fucking God. I swear to you guys, fuck Riviera if you want. It's super good and it's your loss. But if you don't fucking watch Bosch, I swear to God.
I'm actually kind of scared of you. She's going to go full on Olga on us if we don't watch Bosch
Oh
soon.
my God. We'll check your house for pigeons.
Right? But what I have done, so I have 2 things. One, I am desperate for games. You know how much I love game nights. So I'm like, Chris never plays Scrabble with me because I fucking will
Destroy him?
Yeah, it's El Destructo. It's real bad. He fucking will not play Scrabble with me at all.
Anthony has games like that with me.
Yeah.
It's annoying.
So it's like, it's really hard to come down to like a couple like 2-person games. So
Right.
we got backgammon and I played backgammon fucking years and years ago. It's been so long. I didn't even know the rules anymore. So we learned backgammon. And so we have a backgammon board that we're playing backgammon, which is fun. And, what I'm watching, I actually just finished, I have to look at the name of it because I can't remember because it's not The Vow. It is Seduced.
Okay.
I just watched Seduced. And
I've heard that's better than
I
The
heard
Vow.
it's better too.
wow, woo, wee, wow. It is 1,000 times better than The Vow and half the time. And it is
See, that's what I wanted. I was so
Yoinks.
disappointed by The Vow. It was just
Yoinks.
like,
It feels too long.
Yeah.
It is too long, and it's drawn out for drawn out's sake. Like
And there's
I've
a
heard there's a
season
second.
two,
That's
my
what I was just saying.
dudes.
I can't. It's too much, but it's succinct. It's simple. It is absolutely, and honestly, it is the reason I even know about Nexium is
Right.
because of this India, because of
Yes.
her. Like I know this because her mom and her mom coming out, and it is really good. They did I mean,
What's that on?
whoa. It's on Stars.
Stars, okay.
No, Showtime.
it's one of those.
One of those two,
Showtime.
yeah.
It's on
Yeah.
Showtime. I
Okay.
can log you in.
Okay.
No worries. It is worth the watch. It is.
Awesome.
I literally
There's a whole bunch of
I was the
true
meme
crime.
with the girl touching her head and just making the O face. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
know that you know that gif where she's
yes.
just like,
Mhm.
I swear to you, I was like, the fuck.
Yeah, because I feel like when I was watching The Vow, I only watched the first 2 episodes, but I feel like, and they talked about this in the Daily Zeitgeist, and I was like, that's spot on. That it was people who were trying to get ahead of being associated, right? Like a lot of the people who were on there are like, I want to do this documentary because this shit is all going to come out and I don't want people thinking bad about me, so I'm gonna like protect myself.
I also listen to that Daily Zeitgeist, and can I say that I don't not feel that way about her doing it?
About who?
India doing it as well.
Oh, well, I don't know because I haven't seen Seduced
I don't
yet,
know.
but
I don't know, and I'm only speaking to the Daily Zeitgeist conversation.
Yeah.
So this is like me speaking to that. I feel like anybody that's coming out with a documentary right now is like, oh my god, I can't believe how fucking into
and I
this,
don't. I also don't want to take.
I'm not going to not say that that's not what's happening here either.
I also don't want to take it for granted that is the nature of cults, and like maybe you were brainwashed.
Listen,
like, you know,
I just listened to fucking Jonestown on Dateline. That shit was like, I forgot. You think you know about cults, and then you hear about Jonestown, and what, like 900 fucking
Jonestown
people?
is the cult I would have joined. Like, I know it is. Like, everything I've heard or
socialist.
I would have joined
he was
it.
about it.
Yeah,
I would have. If they'd come to my town and they would have been like, look, we want to have this rainbow coalition of equality where we all get together and like support each other and like make food for each other.
900 fucking people.
I would have joined that in a fucking second. So, I mean, look, I'm not above anybody else.
Yeah.
I get how it works.
Let's just watch out for each other, guys.
Exactly.
Just make sure that we don't end up in a cult.
Don't
Please, God.
go to any corporate retreats.
Especially if they make you wear a sash. You're like,
okay.
Actually, this shit's weird and I'm not on board.
No, call your dad. Exactly. If you have programs that we should watch, if you've got stories to tell, like holiday stories, quarantine dating stories, go to our one-stop shop of a website. It's myworstdatepodcast.com. And honestly, go sign up and join our Patreon because I'm really excited / scared to try these Bud Light seltzers.
Terrified, yeah.
And lastly, stay safe this holiday season because we do love you so much, like we say every episode, and we want to see you around in 2021. So we love you so much. Cheers.